morning, campers. I'm on my way from Portland, Oregon up to Mount Hood. Should be about an hour and a half drive. It's about 72 degrees, supposed to be here in Portland today. But once we get up to the mountain, it's a whole different ball game. So I'm just trying to get out of this traffic and get the hell out of the city. I'll see you up there. It is beautiful up here. I've been driving only for about, 45 minutes. But I'm pulled over because my check oil light came on, and that's never good. So I stopped right away. I'm going to check it. I think it's because I hit some huge bumps. I hit something so hard back in this little town. The street was so messed up. I hit it so hard it popped the phone off. And I'm driving, and all of a sudden I'm going, something's wrong. It's rerouting me, and I can feel that it's taking me back. So I pull over, I check, and when it hit so hard it bumped the phone, it fell off the dashboard, and somehow it entered in another location that was back where I started. So it's trying to loop me back to Portland. Technology. Anyway, I'm going to check this oil, but I checked everything obviously before I left. But we'll see what's going on. Yeah, so my dipstick looks fine. I mean, that's perfect. That's full. You can see my engine here. It's underneath the driver's seat, so it's always nice and warm. During the winter, it's awesome, but during the summer, it's a little hot. Anyway, I always check behind me, too. I was praying there wasn't a big oil spill behind me, but everything looks good. She's running cool, and so it's got to be some little jolt that it got from that monster pothole. It was like the Grand Canyon. I'm only maybe 10 minutes away from Mount Hood Village, where I'm going to stop and get some supplies. But good news, yeah. Oil stick's perfect. The dipstick, she's running cool. But anytime you see that oil light, man, boom, stop. Don't keep pushing it. So I'm super excited. I don't know if you can see in the air. Let's see if I can get it, but there's this stuff, it's cottonwood. Apparently it comes from somewhere in the valley around here. It's been 2 weeks of it now. It's like it's snowing. Pretty amazing, but you can hear me, I'm all stuffed up from it. All right, I've arrived. I'm at the gas station. You know, anytime you can get gas, grab it when you're up here, because you may not, where I'm going is dispersed, so there's nothing around. So when you can get gas, grab it. Let's see where we're at. Regular says it's 509. Yeah, in Portland it was more than 509. Isn't that wild? Crazy. So here, you've always been able to pump your own gas, but down in the cities in Oregon, you weren't allowed to pump your own gas, right? It was a state law to create jobs, but they just changed it. So now you've got tens of thousands of people that have never pumped their gas before trying to figure out how to use a gas pump. It's pretty funny. It's comical. So So I'm just gonna fill up, get some fuel, and then I'll hit this. You can see the little store here behind me. Get some supplies. Probably grab some ice.
Baby. Honey. I just said hi. It's okay.
I just had to remember to lock the van up. It sucks, but people steal. You know, there's whole crews that run around and they know the hot spots, right? So you're in here getting your supplies and they're breaking into your car. You've got all your camping gear and, you know, nowadays a Blue Eddy or a Jackery, a couple $100, maybe $1,000 for a big one. So there's some money in that. Camping gear, you know. I always love coming in this store. I've always got such beautiful fresh produce. Look at those pineapples. Just anything out in the country stores. It's the thing from when I was little, you know. In the old days, there used to be country markets. And there still are. So when I go to these little towns, you'll see later, I'll take you to one. It's an old gas station market in the middle of nowhere. I love it. You know the party's on when you see this. Old English. Mickey's. Oh. And the new disease, this stuff. White Claw. But look at that. Steel Reserve. Oh God. Just imagine how many children have been born from the night of Old English. There's nothing better than when it's hot during the summer. Here in Oregon we have the walk-in coolers, but you come in and you can get your own, you know, everything's sold in here. Literally, I've come in many times when I was younger, and I'd just come in to the supermarket just to come in here because it's ice cold. All right, I got some supplies, and I asked about that dog. I said, does this dog live here? He's always here. The lady said, no, it's a homeless guy. So I ended up seeing him in his truck, and that's his dog. And he said he got hit in the parking lot, so she was upset that he was out laying there again. So I got my supplies, and now I'm gonna head up more towards Mount Hood, the actual mountain. So I'm gonna be looking for Dispersed up there. Just can't get over this weather. It's beautiful. How many times, oh yeah, if you want to win the prize, count how many times I say beautiful. You ever had these chips? They're called Juan Tonios. Love these, they're real greasy. Old German beer. Some fake 7-Up. Some donuts. We're good to go, that's all you need, right? All right, here's how climatized I am. I said it was 70 degrees. I mean, I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. I'm hot. I looked at the temperature here for Welch's, Oregon. It says it's 59 degrees. Can you believe that? Wow. How weird that, 59. I feel like I'm in hot weather. But that's what happens, after winter. 59 degrees seems like it's 90. Right now we're starting to climb up towards Mount Hood. We're in Zigzag. I'm going to hit Government Camp. And we should be there in about 30 minutes. let's go. Trillium Lake. I've never been down here. But there's supposed to be dispersed camping all over up here. So we're gonna find out. And I've learned over the years, when you're trying to find the dispersed camping, you've got to come up, you've got to explore. So you have to budget all that into your time. You know, it's gonna be a lot of exploring. There's books. The rangers help a lot. They can give you, you know, general ideas, but a lot of times the cell service doesn't work and the GPS can be funky. So you've really got to explore, and that's, you know, that's what's fun. You just got to budget that time in. Give yourself, you know, sometimes I've explored for 4 or 5 hours, just driving around, up and down, back and forth. Eventually you'll find something. This is a killer time to come up because, you know, the snow, everything's just ended. So there's all kinds of downed wood. I mean, look at this. That's all primo. Well, the campsite's open. Trillium Lake Campground. So this person's gonna be able to help me. She'll know. Dispersed. Okay, so the camp host said that at the actual lake, Trillium Lake, there is no camping. It's just a day use. But she said that these forest roads have dispersed sites on them. So we'll check it out. See a lot of good wood laying around here. Oh, the wood's killing me. I'll have to just come back because I don't buy firewood, right? They're always scavenging. She said there's already people up here camping and there's a couple spots, so again, it's all about the hunt. Gotta go check it out. See what's up here. Exciting. Adventure. Yeah, a lot of times on these roads, you know, I'll camp on a little forest road like this. You're going 3, 4, 5 miles back. Oy, oy, oy. And I've never been here, and we're gonna find out. She said, oh yeah, there's dispersed sites up there. So I trust her. We'll see. She knows what she's talking about. Oh, what's this? Okay. Get out and look for shell casings. I bet you people are shooting into that. That could be one. There's a fire pit. So that is a dispersed site. That's, you know, if there's a fire pit, we'll drive up a little bit more and see. But that would work right there. And there's lots of firewood laying around here too. Look at snow. Snow. There's a nice big piece. Oh, there's a nice big piece. That would work. Yeah, I'll just check it out up here, and if not, that'll be our home. This is what's great about these roof racks. There's a nice piece right there I just grabbed, laying in the middle of the road. So, there you go. All right, what do you think? Check out my park job. I'd say I call it level. Yeah, it's not bad. I'm off the road. There's the fire pit. I just always need to park. So I've got, you know, access with my sliding door And if I wanted to, I've got my awning. But yeah, that works. It's a nice little spot. I'm off the road enough. I dig it. I call that home for the next 3 nights. This guy's already come to say hello to me. He flew right in to the cab. Beautiful turquoise on him. First thing I'm gonna do when I get to camp is get out my bodyguard. See if our levels are all good. We're in good working order, right? That's our bodyguard. So let's check out our new home. Somebody's been here. No, it hasn't been recent. It hasn't rained. There's a lot of wood. This stuff's all green, you know. That's not really gonna burn, but there's some dry stuff in here. Now that's good. Now, whenever you see a berm like this, that usually means that people are gonna be shooting here. Unless the park is prohibited. And the way you can tell is just start walking around, and right away you're gonna find casings. So that's probably a 9. Shotgun. Not too many though. So maybe someone's come, a group, people come and clean it up. Because we don't want the trash here. I mean, I'll come back and pick up anything that I find. Right? So I guarantee you that somebody's been up here cleaning this. Because when there's a site, there's going to be a lot of people that leave their shell casings. And I can see, you know, here's a dog bowl that somebody shot at. All kinds of cans and things that people have used for targets. So I guarantee you somebody's been up here cleaning. Which is a good thing. It's a Tuesday. And, you know, to come here to this spot where I'm at, you'd have to know. This isn't on any maps or anything. I doubt. You know. Obviously people know what it is and they come here, but I'd say it's pretty low traffic. I mean, I drove up this forest road another 2 miles and didn't come across another pullout like this. I guarantee you the locals know it. But we'll see if anybody comes by, says hello. Got this nice block. You know, I'm in this little mini ridge from the wind. I dispersed camp because, you know, I've gone months and months living in the woods. So it's free. You're not paying. There's all kinds of new rules now where they want you to go to this little box and put in your license plate, your name, and they've made something where you have to pay now. But if you just get put a little time into it, like I said, this whole thing where you're researching, you can find Dispersed where you're fine. But the new rules are that you can only stay 14 days, and then they've made these new zones throughout the state, right? So like the Mount Hood zone where we're at right now, And so once you put in your license plate and all this stuff, now they can track you. And it's like you can only stay a total of 14 days in each zone, and then a total of like 90 for the whole year. They're trying to make it so people can't live up in the woods. Beautiful. I can't believe that it says it's only, now it's probably, it's been an hour, so I bet it's 62 degrees, something like that. And yet it feels like it's hot. It feels to me like it's, 90. Look at my beautiful disaster. Poor van. I haven't been in the van for a while, so my systems have to be reestablished. So this is kind of just like a dump. I've got everything I need, but it's not organized, because when you're actually living in the van, you create these systems so everything has its place and everything is organized. I have these large tubs that I use, but for this I just wanted to get out of town, so it was down and dirty. I just remember that I had this little saw that I found at Goodwill. It's a Ryobi, little battery pack saw. So I'm gonna try it on this, see if it does anything. Check the feet. It's an experiment. Here we go. So that's probably maybe 3 inches thick. That made pretty fast work of it. So it's pretty cool, because I can recharge this with solar. Yeah, maybe I'll keep it. Look at the absolute carnage. It's destroyed. The way I got it is, for when I was in it, for, almost 2 years straight, I have these beautiful bins, not these cheapo, junky things. They're these real nice bins with tops, and that's how I do it. I've got the 2 bins, and every time I pull up, everything's in them, and I just pull these out. But you can see, like, all of this stuff, it's a lot of junk, but I've got this bag, has work gear in it. This has some filming equipment. That's for filming. That's my Alice pack. This is for filming a video. This is a military bug net that I'm giving to somebody. You can see my garage here. Look at this. I always keep a couple pieces of wood just for emergencies. I've got these little recovery tracks that actually work. I think they're junk, but they actually work. I've used them a couple times to get out. And they did work. Give you a little bit of something to grab onto. Real lightweight and small. I wouldn't bet your life on them, but this is a World War II military shovel. What's that? 2.4 pounds. I was checking it out because I wanted to get a Gerber, modern one, and the weight difference wasn't that much. But yeah, this is World War II. It's stamped on here somewhere. I think it says 1944. U.S. Still good as new. 80 some odd years old, right? Pretty amazing. Yeah, and here I've got my axe. Had this for probably 10 years. Great axe. I can't remember what they're, cold steel. At first everybody said, well, it's gonna be junk, but got that thing out of the box. Split right through wood like butter. I always keep some, just put in some dry newspaper. That's the thing here. You can put in the newspaper to, use it as tinder, as kindling. But up here, during the winter months, everything's so humid, this will just be mush. Mush. Bunch of fat wood in here. Good stuff. Should have a silky saw in here. There she is. That's the big boy. You can see I tried to paint the handle. Pretty cool though. This is the one that almost killed me. I got bit by this and it was bad. Be careful when you're working with these. So that's just a little garage. But yeah, you can see the chaos. There's that little saw I just used. Absolute chaos. I scored this at Goodwill. A jack, hydraulic. They gave it to me for $5. Love these things. Great to sit on. There's my Tyvek. If you saw that video that I tried to dye. I mean, it's better than white. Here's the original, actually. Oh, that's cool. I've got the original. Let's see if... Yeah, so there you go. There's the original and there's the dye. So it 100% did take. And I've washed it. And I've checked it, nothing rubs off. And it's much quieter now. So yeah, that's quite the difference. Next one I do, I'm going to get the black and see, hopefully let it soak for 24 hours, and that should give me a better result, I hope. Here's that Gold Zero I wanted to try out in the direct sunlight. I found this at Goodwill, and I plugged it in. It's real old technology. I believe it said this model was 8 to 10 years old, but they're still going. And they make good stuff. So I'm going to use this right now. And I've got to get my solar going. You can see it here. I've got 200 watts. So that comes down. Just got to hook up the wiring again. And that comes down into my Jackery, which again is buried. There he is. Had this as a Jackery 250, I think. I believe it's 8 years, I think. Pretty sure. Still going strong. It's been a long time since I've been up in the woods. It's weird when you're living in the woods, like I said, for months on end. I come back up, I feel right at home instantly. But it's been a while. Oh, I think we can see Mount Hood through these trees. Oh, I think that's what I'm seeing. I'm going to try and get up here and see. That's where I'm at. I'm at Mount Hood. I'm at Trillium Lake. It's there. It's here. I can see it through the trees, but it's not, the camera's not going to pick it up. Well, when I leave, I'll be sure to stop and get a picture for you. I've got my tarp. I mean, not tarp, I guess it's a tarp, my awning. I need to let it out. And I don't think I'm going anywhere, so I guess might as well. The awnings are awesome if you're staying put. It just becomes a pain in the ass if you're, using the vehicle to run into town or whatever you're doing. Because then you got to take it up, take it down, take it down. This one's super quick. I'll film it. You know, it's been a year since I set it up, but I remember I could do it in, I think, like 1 minute. I'll set it up. Okay, well, that was, there's my, look, he's back. He's trying to land on me. The butterfly's back. That's good luck. I always bless the sites I come to. Thank you for having me. I'm very grateful. Please protect me. So you can see I got that up and we'll see what it was, but it was a little rough. Things, I need to lube it up. That probably took me right now 3 minutes. But I remember when I was doing it, I could just real quick, but I'll show you how beautiful it is. You can see it's trashed. I've had this thing, I think, for 5 years, and all of the plastic coating is ripping off. I don't want to litter, so. But it's a great design. It's a copy of the nice ones. But this stuff right here, this was all, I need to lube it up. The way these work is you extend them and then you twist and it locks them in place. But it's a game changer. If you're going to be living in a vehicle for real, 100%, you've got to get a tarp. Measure it, because there's all different sizes. You can order it so that way it'll fit. Figure out how you're going to mount it. But it's a must, because you see here I've just added literally 20 square feet of living space. And I've used this thing in the dumping, pouring rain. If you look back at old videos, you know, you literally just do that twist, okay? And you're gonna see, now it's completely cambered. So when it's dumping rain, the rain's just, it's coming and just falling right off. And then you can dig a little trench. And then also, I literally have always made fires. My fire pit, I'll put it, here's the pole. I'll put it just outside. So maybe half of it's covered. Maybe that's enough. It's never burned the top. I don't even have any smoke here from where it was, but just incredible. By adding the awning, it'll completely change your reality. Because imagine just being in that van like I was before I had the awning. Well, you've got out here, which is beautiful, and you find a place in the shade and you hide from the sun. But to have it on demand, sometimes there is no shade, especially when I was in the desert. I was out there for a year. There's no shade, literally. There's nothing. You might find a cactus that, puts out a 1 by 1 foot square little thing of shade you could hide behind, but you're in your vehicle. So you've got to have this type of awning. And these are just great because they're so easy to deploy. If you're on a budget, you can go to Harbor Freight and just get a tarp and get some bungees and hook it up and, I don't know, get some walking poles. You could figure something out, but I'd recommend investing in a good one. So put some money into it. This one was, $189. It's a fake copy. But a good one is $4.99, $6.99. If you're going to be doing it for real, this is something I would highly recommend investing some good money in. Another piece of kit that I touch more than anything, and that's how you can really judge what you need and what you don't need. The test is get a little notepad and jot down how many times you touch each thing. And I can tell you that this is one of the items that I touch the most. I'll show you. That would be these little camp chairs. Now this one is an REI ultra light. I mean, I weighed it, I think it weighs maybe 1 pound. Incredible. And then this is one I just found it. I found this at Goodwill also, but more traditional. But these little stools, they're ultra light and they change everything. They change, I mean, you can see right here, I've got a party, right? Literally, we're ready to go. I've got it all. I've got my little awning and I've got my chairs, so highly recommend. These little Coleman ones, or Stansport, I think these are like $14.99 right now. And then these, more modern, I think these are like $29.99. Well worth the money. So you can see what I'm doing here. Got my little camp chair. And this little guy, can you see him? This little chair, but it's a table. It's not the sturdiest table. And that's what I was going to show you. If you put weight in the center, it's going to fold on itself. But, just for supporting something, maybe set your phone down there. Need water. There's a trick to know if you're dehydrated or not. Let me fix this camera. Jesus. Earthquake. There we go. That can be annoying when you're trying to watch and the whole horizon's off. I think now we're tilting the other way. Anyway, and the trick with being dehydrated, when you go, I wonder if I'm dehydrated. But if you ever go, I need water, you're dehydrated. That's the trick. Okay, there's also the trick for checking someone. Like right now, if I pinch this, right, pinch my skin right here, get it loose, right, and then let it go. See how it goes right back down. Severely dehydrated human, probably any animal actually, you pinch it and you let it go and it'll slowly go down. That's what I was taught a long time ago. I don't know if it's totally true, but I think it is. So, but I do know for sure if you go, I need water, I'm thirsty, you're dehydrated. I mean, what are we? We're water. So we need water. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, and that was the joke, right? I get obsessed with certain words. A couple years ago, it was gorgeous. I go, that is gorgeous, gorgeous. And I watch this video back, so I'm editing it, obviously. And I'm watching it, and I go, something's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. And I'd said gorgeous in this video 30, 40 times. So my new word now, which I don't think is that new, but I'm noticing it today. Beautiful, beautiful, because I haven't used that word living in a city. Very rarely. Maybe a nice plant or a nice flower or something, or a cloud. So that's it. You come up here. Oh, beautiful, cool breeze coming through right now. You come up here and it's so beautiful. So it's overwhelming. Beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Because it is beautiful. And that's why you come up here. Well, let's see. The sun. Where is the sun? The sun's here. So that's got to be the western sky. Here. So that's dead north, south, east. So I'm doing good because this wind, it's coming up. It's coming in from the north. And I'm wrapped around in this little cove that you saw. This little ridge that's fallen away. It's basically the side of a little hill that's collapsed. So I'm getting real nice. If you go out there, it's blowing. So I'm lucky, but this ice cold, it's got to be from the mountain. That's what it feels like. It feels like the mountain, like, you know, a geyser. It's coming up. It's real warm here. Okay, and then right here, right about at my waist, it's coming in. It's ice cold. I know that the Native Americans all came up here to avoid the heat, right? To get out of the heat, they'd come up here, and so they had places all over where they would come and stay during the hot times. And I can see why. I mean, it feels like air conditioning. It's hot here, and then it's right here, ice cold. Makes me want a nice cold beer. All right, I told you about this Gold Zero that I found at Goodwill. It's super lightweight. It weighs 1 pound. And it's old technology, but it does have a USB-C. And I found this iPhone cable. Look at those sparkles. Let's see if it'll glow in the sun. Is it sparkling? I love it. The sparkles. So it does have a USB-C here. Nope. Right? Nope. Isn't that the wildest thing when you put it in this way, it doesn't work. You put it in the other way, it doesn't work. You put it in the other way, it doesn't work. How is that possible? Because it does work. All right, so I'm going to plug in. I'll get this pointed. Sun's right above me here. And we'll see. See if we got enough cable. Plug this in here. I felt a little buzz. Let's see. I don't see any lights or anything. But I felt the little buzz on here, so I'm really excited about it because I've been through like 3 of them. They're new, brand new. They're ultra light. That weighs 1 pound. The new one, the one that I got, I think weighed like 6 ounces. Ultra light. Just folds. but it would do the thing where it charges for a while and then it just stops charging, right? And it was cheap. It was $14.99. So I think you're getting what you pay for. But I've tested this and it had continuous charge. You know, I said recently in this video that it's all about power. This life, if you've got electronics, which I do, it's all about power, right? Solar power, power to power your phone, your camera that you're recording on, your fridge, your heater, your computer, your wireless mics, your drones. It's all about power. If you're using this modern life, right? You don't need to use any of this. You can get rid of everything, and it's important to know how to survive without any of this, but it is convenient. And I hear Dave Canterbury say this all the time, that I don't know if he says he's too old, but I think that's what he means, basically, to be roughing it. Roughing it is with, you know, you don't have any of the luxuries. You know, people that rough it are, you know, if you're 17 and you bring a sleeping bag and you lay it down on the ground and you sleep all night, you can get away with it. You're roughing it, but you're 17 years old. So I'm 54 years old. So now he has this thing, he calls it smoothing it. So I'm smoothing it. I want every luxury possible known to man because I'm old. If I had to rough it, I can. But I try to do everything I can to not have to rough it. So anyway, power. Okay, so I've got to camp. You saw the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, I'm going to check my bodyguard. Okay, you saw that. Before I even get out of the car. Check my bodyguard, everything's good. Okay. Or whatever you've got. If you've got a baseball bat or however you protect yourself. Okay, however you defend yourself. Check your bodyguard. Make sure he's ready to go. Second, I'm going to set up what I call the Alamo. Okay? And in this case, today's Alamo is the awning. Believe it or not, it still does shed water. I've had it out in the rain. Pretty amazing. But even in this weather, especially in Oregon, and we're right next to Mount Hood. So in Oregon, we have this not bizarre, but it's a phenomenon in the world because we have the coast, the ocean, Mount Hood, and the Columbia River Gorge. And they create their own weather. Okay? Look it up. It's fascinating. And what I'm trying to say is right now, you can see it's gorgeous, beautiful. Sun, not a couple clouds in the sky. Little wind. But I've been in situations in Oregon where, especially towards the coast, it's beautiful, yes, summer, oh, and boom, all of a sudden, ice, rain. So I always set up an Alamo, even if it's summertime. I'll throw up a tarp, whatever I got to do. I get out, first thing, I set up a Alamo, right? Alamo. That way, no matter what, it's gorgeous, it's beautiful. One of these things comes through, starts dumping rain. If you don't have a tarp up already, or some sort of shelter, I guess you can jump in your car, but it's going to be miserable. Now it's pouring rain and you're out there trying to set it up, and you know how that goes when you're pissed off and it's pouring rain and now you're wet. You just created problems for yourself. So, number one, bodyguard. Number two, Alamo. And number three is your clothing. So when I'm training people, they're learning these things, and what I do is that it's getting close to sundown. Well, one, we're all going to be together in camp because sunrise and sunset and sundown is when the mountain lions like to get you, right? So we're all together. So we're going to round everybody up. We're all together. That's one. And two, we're going to have all of our cold nighttime clothing prepared in one spot, ready to go. So that's our clothing, our headlamp, our socks, our boot, whatever we're going to make it through the night with. Because, again, you know, I've been in the desert where it's 110 degrees during the day and then boom, it's 40 degrees at night. Same up here. I guarantee you tonight, right now it's beautiful. I'm in t-shirt and shorts. But once that sun goes down, it's going to drop big time. So, Everyone has their nighttime gear ready, okay? And it's gonna live in one spot, so you just go grab it. So we've got our synthetic jacket. We've got our, I think these are merino wool base layer pant. Got 100% wool sweater, 100% wool patrol cap, our headlamp. This is very important. Have this ready. This goes on you. This is, once it's starting to get dark, you want this on you. You don't want to be looking for this once it's dark. You know, it like defeats the purpose. And a pair of, these are heavy duty, darn tough wool socks. And speaking of heavy duty, darn tough wool socks, and then here you've seen these are my booby pants. And if I was going to be wearing a boot, you know, I'd have my boot here too. So that's it. Those are like the basic 1, 2, 3. Again, bodyguard. Okay, self-defense. Scope out your area. Self-defense. Okay, get out. Everything's safe, good. Next, Alamo. And finally, your nighttime cold weather clothing. In one spot so you can grab it. You know, when I go, you know where you go. You just go right there, it's all there. If it's in a bag, whatever, but you know where it is, you grab it, headlamp on, bundle up, everything's good.